So, as promised, welcome to Mindful Mondays. I really appreciate some of the feedback that I got, and I'm hoping that we're going to be able to incorporate this into what we'll be doing today. So, I have 3 goals. The first one today is just describing what mindfulness is. The second one is why use it. And then the third one is how do we explain this to kids and kind of break it down if you want to have them be practicing with you. So the first step is defining what mindfulness is. So just really simply, mindfulness is the ability to intentionally increase our awareness. So opening up our minds to do this without judgment of what's happening in the situation and being able to do that in the present moment. So we're going to go over why would you want to do that and how do you even put that into practice. We'll practice a little bit at the end. So step 2, why does this help? Well, the first thing that people say is that it helps to increase our self-awareness and our ability to really self-soothe, especially in situations that are emotionally intense. The second piece is that it increases our ability to really identify old ways of coping and then intentionally, consciously choose to use new ways to do things differently. The third piece is increasing our ability to have self-compassion, to really reduce how we view shame, really increasing our ability to tolerate these emotions, right? Reducing feelings of shame, guilt, and self-criticism. And so as you can imagine, this would also then translate to having more compassion toward others. So I'm going to nerd out a little bit because I love this piece. So mindfulness can have 3 types of benefits as well in relation to cognitive benefits, emotional benefits, and physical benefits. So the cognitive piece is it increases cortical thickness. What does that even mean? It's related to our IQ. Especially the older that we get, the cortical thickness can change. Increases gray matter, which helps to process information in the brain. Again, super simplified definitions of this. It improves attention, cognitive flexibility, and decision making. It also has emotional benefits. So changes to the amygdala, which are related to how we process emotional memory, along with a host of other things that the amygdala does. Reducing depression and anxiety, increasing cingulate cortex functioning, which actually regulates overall affect. Super important. And then lastly, physical benefits. Improved immune function, relieves chronic inflammation, which it's been out in the media quite a bit more about. It's related to aging and diseases. Improves sleep, pain reduction, and healthier glucose levels. So, how are we not doing this in every single setting in schools and at work, just in our own personal lives? It just doesn't make sense to not use mindfulness to improve our quality of life. So that's what we're going to do today really quickly. The first step, we're just going to practice this together. I want you to place a hand on your chest and we're going to start practicing mindfulness, just conscious, just awareness, intentional awareness of this current moment. So I want you to just take your hand and place it on your chest and we're going to listen to our heartbeat. This is going to be our very first mindfulness practice that we do together. So we're going to do this for just 10 seconds, okay? Get started. So what did you notice? Was it beating really quickly, slowly? Did you maybe count how many beats per minute in the 10 seconds that we did it? This is all that we need to do. This is how we're going to start. We're going to start really small. And I actually want you to take this and practice it throughout your week, especially when you're noticing that you're starting to get really overwhelmed or you're feeling like you're rushing in all over the place and you're losing things or you feel really disorganized. Place your hand on your chest. We're going to start with grounding. That's where we're going to begin. So the last thing that I promised, and some of you who don't have kids or who don't interact with kids can pause here. the third step is, how do we teach this to kids? How do we introduce it? And I've said this to other people before, we have to show them. That's the simplest way of doing this. Teaching them just what we did, right? Teaching them to breathe, to focus on their body, right? Asking them what they think they can do differently in situations. So it's this step to really consciously addressing what's going on in the moment without judgment. We're just going to ask them to describe what is happening. So we're going to go into a lot more detail over the next few weeks as to what mindfulness is, but this was just a snippet into kind of what we're going to be doing here today. All right, so I hope you have an amazing week, and don't forget to practice. All right, comment below if you have any questions or concerns, and I'm really excited to, keep doing this with you.